Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you stay around a while. Today we're going to make Boudin. Boudin is a little bit spicy and has a lot of ingredients, but it's really simple to make. It just takes time. So I hope you stick around with me today and we will get the process going, and I'll show you how I make the Boudin itself, and then I'll make Boudin fritters, and then I'll have Boudin balls. And Boudin balls are what are my favorite. So even though it's a little lengthy, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is cube up my pork shoulder, and I do trim some of the fat off of that. And the reason you want to do this first is because you're going to get all the seasonings on it, and it needs to sit in the fridge for at least an hour, more time if you have it though. And while I have the meat cutting board out, I like to also cut up my chicken livers, and I'll do that and set them aside. I know most people don't like them, but it is an essential flavor in there. You won't taste it necessarily, but you really do need to put those in there. So now we're just adding our spices. I am adding some salt, pepper, some poultry seasoning, some smoked hot paprika, and I got this actually from Home Goods or TJ Maxx one, and it's delicious. I'm going to add some thyme and some cayenne pepper and a little touch of oregano. Now I'm going to give this a good mix. We want to get this in the refrigerator as soon as we can so it can start melding those flavors all together. I'd cover this. You can cover it with whatever you want, a lid, but I use these little shower caps because they are very inexpensive and I can just toss it away. After I get that in the fridge to sit for at least an hour, I'm going to start on the veggies. We're just going to chop them all up. I'm going to roast that poblano pepper, and I'm going to roast those jalapeno peppers over an open fire, and you'll see that shortly. And here's where I'm roasting the poblanos, the one and the two jalapeno peppers. Be really careful when you're doing this because the smoke from them can make you cough because they are spicy, and it just makes it easier to peel this poblano once I cover it and let it sit for a little bit after it's done roasting. But the peppers will pop a little bit, so be aware of that, and just be careful when you're doing this part. Once those are all roasted, like I said, I'm going to cover that and let those sit for probably 15 to 20 minutes. That way they'll get soft and the skin on that poblano will be easy to peel off, and it will also we'll get the seeds out very easily too. It's been about 20 minutes, and I'm going to put my gloves on so I can take the seeds out of the poblano and out of the jalapenos. And as you can see here, it's pretty easy to peel that skin off of there. Just going to get these chopped up and ready to go in our meat mixture. It's been about 4 hours. I did some errands and things and let this stay in the fridge. But I put all of that, the veggies that I chopped up, and in with the meat. And I'm going to fry that just a tiny bit and add all the veggies in there except for the cilantro and the green onions, because I'm going to add those at the end where they're kind of fresh. I don't want to cook those. I like the crunch and freshness that they bring to the dish. So once you have all that going, you can use fresh garlic here, or you can use garlic powder, or any kind of garlic that you have on hand is fine. I just happened to have some fresh this time because I bought it for this particular recipe. But once that's going, you're going to cover the meat with water just over the top, and then you're going to bring that to a boil. And once it's at a good rolling boil, you're going to turn it down and simmer it for probably about 45 minutes. When the meat and veggies have cooked for about 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to remove that from that sauce. We're going to put this, I put it in my food processor because it's just so much easier. I have chopped it by hand and that is a job. So I prefer to do it in here. We're going to reserve that juice because we're going to add that in just a little bit because we want this mixture pretty moist. And we're going to add already cooked rice to it. So when we do that, we will need that moisture back in there. And it is just packed full of flavor. So you definitely do not want to waste it. And here I'm putting in the cilantro and the green onions. And this is where I was talking about it's fresh right here at the end. So once we get that together and get the rice in there, we're just about ready to do the either boudin balls or casserole or however you like it. And now I'm going to remove this from the food processor and put it in this bowl while I mix in the rice. Once that's all mixed in and I have mixed in that reserved broth, then we are ready to either make boudin balls or we're going to eat it as a casserole, or you can make the boudin fritters like I'm going to do here. Time to give it a taste. Now, you know, when you taste something and you do the little shimmy shoulder thing, it is delicious. So here I just put a little bit of that mixture into a different bowl because I'm going to add a little bit of flour, an egg, and then I'm going to make these into little patties and fry them. I did not make the boudin balls on this day, but I do have a picture at the end of how they are made. But here, once I get this mixture all mixed together, I'm going to put it in with those breadcrumbs, coat both sides, and then fry them up. Now once they're golden on both sides, and they have firmed up just a little bit, then we're about ready to plate. So in the bowl is just the Boudin mixture, which I just can eat it just like that. It's simple and delicious. But you can make the Boudin balls, or you can make these little patties. But tonight that's what I made, and here is the plate with just like a casserole and with the patties. Both are delicious. But right here is the Boudin balls, and that's how I prefer them, and they are so good. I hope that you give this a try. It is well worth the time that you put in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to get in your kitchen and create something. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell so you're notified when I upload, which is once a week. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.